Alright, so I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the popular TV show, The Walking Dead. So The Walking Dead is a zombie TV series that is based off a comic book series called The Walking Dead. And The Walking Dead started back in 2010. What do I think of The Walking Dead? I think The Walking Dead is a great show. It's one of the only shows I really watch on live TV, honestly, because a lot of shows they do nowadays are pretty generic, not that great. So, the only other show I really watch besides The Walking Dead is Fear the Walking Dead, which I'm going to do a video right after this giving my thoughts on that show. But anyways, The Walking Dead. So, I've been watching The Walking Dead since day one. I did go back and rewatch some stuff because I didn't remember some stuff, but I have watched it since it started in 2010. The Walking Dead is a pretty good show. My favorite characters from the show are Shane Walsh, Merle, Abraham, Morgan, the Governor. Martinez is pretty cool. I like them type of characters, you know. Rick is an almost favorite. He's a cool character, but he's not on my favorites list. There's just, I don't know, I just prefer Shane and other people like that. Rick isn't a really favorite, but he's an okay character. You know, he's a pretty good main character for a pick. There is characters I don't like. I don't really like Daryl. I just don't like the silent badass type that he is. It's like, to me, he's just not interesting as a character. I've never been interested in him and what he does. I mean, yeah, you know, he's a good survivalist. He's, you know, good for Rick's group and all that, but he's never been interesting as a character for me. Merle's been interesting, but not his brother Daryl. It's just, he's kind of a silent loner. It just isn't interesting to me. I don't really like his character. Another character I don't like is Carl Grimes. Carl Grimes is my least favorite character on The Walking Dead. I really don't like Carl. I think he's a very bad character. Barely any development for Carl. I just don't like Carl in the show. He's just a terrible character. Just no development for him. Sometimes the acting isn't that great. I'm not knocking Chandler Riggs, but whatever character they've written for him, it just sucks. I hate Carl. I also don't like Michonne. You know, she's just not interesting to me. You know, the whole katana thing, and I don't know. There's just something about Michonne that doesn't grab me and make me interested. So, you know, like I said, my favorite characters are Shane, Merle, Abraham, and Morgan and the Governor. I'm going to go through why these are some of my favorite characters. Shane Walsh. I like Shane a lot. Despite all the people that hate him, I like Shane a lot because he was the first one who adapted to the apocalypse. He makes choices that nobody else really could make. He's crazy, he's tough, he's a good leader, and he's awesome. I really like Shane. The actor did a phenomenal job in The Walking Dead. Jon Bernthal, he did a great job as Shane. It's a shame he died in the show because I really wish he would have lived longer, you know. They could have written it in somehow for Shane to live longer. I know they could have. It's a shame Shane died, but he had some good moments. Season 1 and 2 were great. Those were great seasons. Shane had good moments in those seasons, and it sucks Shane died because I wanted more of him. He was awesome. I liked his character. He was interesting, and his acting was great. And the best parts of his character is when he shaved his head. You know, the stuff with Otis, when he, you know, sacrificed Otis. That was his first person he killed, him adapting. He was just an awesome character. Another favorite character is Morgan Jones. Morgan is a pretty cool character. He was introduced in Season 1. I like him in Season 1. Meets up with Rick, helps Rick out, has a son. He tries to snipe his wife, who's a zombie. I like the stuff with Morgan. He's a really cool character, really strong, really good character, very strong survivor. He appears later on in the series, which he's still awesome. He's a guy, he uses a stick later on in the series. He uses a stick to kill zombies and attack survivors, so you see him later on. He's basically became a bigger character now because in the earlier of the show, he wasn't that big. He was only in like 1 or 2 episodes. He did appear in Season 3 where he was crazy because there is like 2 sides to Morgan. There's the peaceful side he's at now, and then the crazy side. And the crazy side is a lot of fun because the crazy side is he's very crazy in the head because he lost his son. He's very crazy. He's very mental. He doesn't give a fuck. And he's very cool. I really like when Morgan is crazy. But yeah, Morgan, he's a pretty cool character. Merle's a lot of fun. Really great character. It's a damn shame he died. He died way too early. It's stupid how they did Merle in the show. He's ex-military. It's ridiculous what they did with Merle by killing him off early. So Merle was awesome in the show. Michael Rooker did a great job as Merle. Merle was basically a a really cool character. He was an anti-hero. The jokes he made were funny. He was a really strong survivor. I like the arm blade idea. I like the stuff in Season 1 where he's being racist and beating up T-Dog. Stuff like that is awesome. The stuff with Rick and him on the roof is awesome. I like when he returns in Season 3 and is a part of the Governor's group. I also like the episode where he ambushes the Governor's group by luring zombies to have them attack the Governor's group. And then sadly he ends up dying. I think Merle shouldn't have died. If they were going to kill him off, they should have just waited for a long time. Maybe killed him in, I don't know, all-out war or something. Because Merle shouldn't have died. He's a fucking ex-military, alright? He has way more skills than half of the members in Rick's group. He's ex-military, for Christ's sakes. How the hell does he die? So it's stupid what they did with Merle. They killed him off way too early. Michael Rooker is a big actor. He was only in Season 1. He was in the flashback in Season 2. They finally bring him back in Season 3, only for him to die at the end of Season 3. That's really a shame. I really wish they would have kept Merle alive for a little longer. He was a pretty cool character. Interesting, funny. He had awesome jokes. He was a cool character. Another character I really like is the Governor. The Governor was a really, really good villain in the show. Awesome villain. He was basically the bad guy in the show for Seasons 3 and 4. But my favorite moments from the Governor were definitely Season 4. I like the stuff where you get Governor episodes. You get to learn about where he's at. Him getting this new group. Him meeting up with Martinez again. Having to kill Martinez, which sucks because I actually kind of liked Martinez. The Governor kills Martinez. Takes leadership of this new group and attacks the prison again, which you get the episode Too Far Gone, where the Governor attacks Rick's prison. That's a good episode as well. He kills Herschel, which is pretty sad. Kind of made me hate the Governor. But the Governor I like and hate. For him killing Herschel, I hate him for it. I hate him for killing Merle, but he's a really good character. The Governor was a great villain. David Morrissey did a good job. Really like the Governor a lot in the show. He's really evil, crazy, and ruthless. And the eye patch and all that shit is really cool. And I like his basically rivalry against Rick. Another character I liked actually was Noah. Noah was a pretty cool character, and I was really mad they killed off Noah. So Noah was the guy from Everybody Hates Chris. I don't know if y'all remember him, but it's the black kid Chris from Everybody Hates Chris. Chris was a awesome character. It's a shame they killed off Chris. I don't know why they did, but they killed off Chris, and it doesn't make sense to me why. His name wasn't Chris, damn it, but you know what I mean. It didn't make sense to me that they killed Noah because he came in the Beth storyline in Season 5, and he came in that storyline. Beth died, okay? Beth died for Noah to escape and live on. Then Tyrese died. So I was thinking, okay, Beth and Tyrese died, so, you know, Noah's gonna suffer from that and survive. No, Noah fucking dies at the end of the season, and that is bullshit. He shouldn't have fucking died. He was only alive for 1.5 seasons, and he was a good actor. I liked his character a lot. He was a really, you know, nice kid. He was a really cool, pretty good survivor. He was cool, and I would have loved to see more of Noah, but they killed him off. And what's funny is they kill him off to introduce another storyline that's even more pointless. Like the storyline they introduce is Nicholas kills Noah, and this introduces another storyline where Glenn and Nicholas have a duel against each other that only lasts a few episodes. It only lasts for, I think, episode 15, 16, and then episode 1, 2, and 3 of Season 6. And it's like, that's it. It's really stupid. It's like they brought up a storyline with Beth to have Noah survive just for him to get killed off. Then they kill Noah off and create another story just for that story to be pointless as well, because Nicholas just ends up killing himself and that's it. Nothing else really happens. Like, I don't know. To me, the Glenn and Nicholas stuff was just a pointless storyline. I don't know. It was cool, but it was just pointless. It's like, if you're gonna kill off Noah and create this Glenn and Nicholas conflict, do something with it. It really didn't go anywhere. It was just like nothing. It didn't really do anything to Glenn's character, honestly. It didn't really change him that much, in my opinion. I don't know. It was just wasted potential. And the Glenn fake out shit, fuck you. That shit pissed me off. That Glenn fake out shit, that shit is stupid. If you're gonna kill off the character, kill off the fucking character. Don't fucking fake and kill the character just to have him show up 3 or 4 episodes later so you can build your bullshit ratings and views. I hate when they do that shit. Don't ever do fake out deaths like that again. That shit was stupid. So, yeah, that's what I thought of Noah. You know, a lot of the seasons are fun. Season 1, pretty much all the seasons were great. The only season I don't like is Season 4. Season 4 was my least favorite season. I do like the first half with the sickness and the governor stuff, but the second half, it's really boring. It's just them walking around, talking, and, you know, you got this slow story. It's really boring. So Season 4 is my least favorite. I do like the second half of Season 4, though, when Joe's group and the Claimers meet up with Daryl and stuff. I like the finale, and I like the stuff with the Claimers and all that. That stuff is really fun, but everything else in the second half was garbage. I hated it. It was just boring, slow nonsense. I just couldn't stand it. But The Grove was a good episode. I forgot to talk about it. The Grove was a great episode. You get to see Carol kill Lizzie and Mika. That stuff was cool as well. So Season 4 had good episodes, but it was the weakest season. It had too much slow bullshit. I hated it. Season 5, it was a good season. I wouldn't say it's the best season because, yeah, the first 3 episodes were awesome in Season 5. But the Beth storyline was fucking ass. I hated the Beth storyline. It was just trash, alright? You had it for episode 4. Fucking, I don't like Beth as a character. I don't understand the appeal. Beth as a character wasn't really that interesting to me. So the Beth storyline, it was really boring because it's like, you build up all of these characters and you build up her storyline just for her and pretty much all of these characters to fucking die. And it's just like, what was the point of this Beth storyline? I don't know. But I didn't like that. But the second half of Season 5 was really good. You know, it was a lot better. It wasn't better than the first half, but the second half of Season 5 was good. You know, I really liked the second half with the stuff with Rick and Pete. The stuff with Noah, even though he fucking dies, he had some good moments there. The Glenn and Nicholas stuff is pretty cool. So Season 5 was a pretty good season. Season 6 was a good... I'm going backwards with this shit. Season 6 was a pretty good season. It had some good episodes. I think Season 6 would probably be my favorite season. Season 6, I think, was the most solid season, to be honest with you, because it didn't have that many bad episodes. Now, I almost would want to pick Season 2 as being my favorite, only because it's Shane, but there was some bad episodes in that season, and it was slow at times. But Season 6 is definitely my favorite season, because you have great episodes. You have the first episode, which you have Carter, which I kind of liked Carter. It's a shame they killed off the character Carter. I thought he was a pretty cool character. It's a shame they killed him off. You know, they showed him in the trailer, and it's just kind of stupid that they killed off Carter. But episode 1 was pretty good. The episode with the Glenn fake-out death, even though I hate the fake-out death, that was a pretty good episode. Seeing Glenn and Nicholas getting backed into a corner with zombies, that was an awesome scene. The episode where the wolves attack the Alexandria is pretty cool as well. You got Morgan and Carol taking them out. That's cool stuff as well. And then, you know, Season 6, it did have slow episodes, like Episode 5. That was a terrible episode. So boring and just slow. I hated it. And then, Episode 6, I'm not a big fan of that episode, because like I said, I don't like Daryl. You know, the stuff with Daryl and Dwight was okay, but it was a really weak episode. You know, Abraham and Sasha just really talked and didn't move. I just didn't really like that episode. It was really slow, and it just wasn't that exciting. Episode 7 was a lot better. You know, we got to see the reveal of Glenn being alive. Episode 8 was okay, but it was kind of shitty because, you know, it wasn't that great of a mid-season finale. And then Episode 9, that was a pretty good episode as well. I think it's a bit overrated in the Walking Dead fandom. I think there's way better episodes than No Way Out. But it was a good episode. You know, you got the stuff with the Saviors getting blown up by the rocket launcher. You got the death of Jesse, Sam, and the other kid named Ron, who's a fucking dick. He shot Carl's eye, which... That's a cool scene as well. In this episode, you basically, episode 9, you get fucking Carl's eye shot off. That's a cool scene. And then another epic scene in the episode is you get Rick. He's going out there, he's wiping out all the zombies with a melee weapon because he's pissed off, and then everybody else joins in. You basically have all these survivors, Dead Rising style, just wiping out all these zombies in Alexandria. So that's a pretty good episode. The rest of Season 6 was pretty solid. I mean, Episode 10 was okay. Like I said, I don't really like Daryl, so I wasn't really a big fan of that episode. But it was an okay episode. You know, the rest of the episodes were pretty good. The stuff with Carol and Maggie was you know, it was another weak moment in the second half, to be honest. But other than that, Season 6 was pretty solid. I liked the first half with the zombies. I also really liked Episode 4, which is the Morgan episode. I really liked that episode a lot. You know, it is a slow episode, but it's a good slow episode. It's one of those slow episodes that are actually good. So I really did like the Morgan episode. It was a lot of fun. Eastman was an awesome character. I loved Eastman. He was great. Taught him. You basically in the episode you got to see how Morgan transitioned to this peaceful guy and learn this fighting style with this stick. I think it's called a kuda. I don't remember the fighting style name. But that was cool. Eastman and Morgan, it was awesome seeing them. Shame Eastman died because he was an awesome character. I already liked Eastman within one episode, and that tells you a lot about how the actor was. He was a good actor. I've seen him in other stuff. So, Season 6 is definitely my favorite. It's pretty much the most solid. The only weak episodes is Episode 5, Episode 6, Episode 8, Episode 10, and then the episode with Carol and Maggie. The other stuff in Season 6 was awesome as well in the second half. The Savior stuff was awesome. The introduction of Negan was awesome. But the absolute worst thing of Season 6 is definitely the fucking cliffhanger. We finally get to see Negan show up, which Jeffrey Dean Morgan is awesome. I watched The Courier and The Heist. Great movies. They had some problems, but those were good movies. It was awesome because I went back and watched those movies because I seen Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan. He's a good pick. I already am kind of liking Negan. Negan's a cool villain. He's a new villain. And he gets introduced in this finale, which the finale was good, but it was really shitty because they did a cliffhanger. Basically, Negan shows up and he's supposed to kill one of Rick's members for what Rick did to killing a bunch of his members. And he goes to choose one of Rick's members by playing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe with the bat. He chooses one of Rick's members, and, you know, it shows him beating up one of the guys, or whoever it is from Rick's group. But they don't even show who the fuck he killed. It's a cliffhanger. They don't even show you who Negan's beating up. So you gotta wait all the fucking way till it comes back on. Luckily, it's coming back on in a few days, which I will be giving my thoughts on who Negan will kill. I will do that. I will do a video giving my thoughts on who Negan kills, simply because, you know, I think it'll be something pretty cool to finally get to see who Negan kills. Who do I think it's gonna be? I think it either needs to be Glenn, Daryl, or Michonne. It should not be anybody that's a small character because it's not going to have any impact. And a lot of people say that, well, they're not going to pick a big character. They're not going to pick Daryl because people start watching. Just a touch on that real quick. I really am tired of if Daryl dies, we riot, or if Daryl dies, I'll quit watching. That is just stupid to me. Are you a Walking Dead fan, or are you a Daryl Dixon fan? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, if he's your favorite character, fine, you get mad they killed him off, but come on, you know, it's just like characters die, you gotta get used to it. My favorite characters died, Shane and Merle and stuff. I keep watching it. Even though I don't have a lot of favorite characters, I still watch it, I still enjoy it. So, to the people saying that you'll quit watching if Daryl dies, just stop. Just fucking stop. You sound ridiculous. Anyways, the cliffhanger, like I said, was bullshit. I just hope they either pick Glenn, Daryl, or Michonne. No, scratch that. Don't pick Glenn, because in the comics, Glenn's the one who gets killed by Negan, and I really hope they don't pick Glenn. It's really just stupid because they always remix the comics. I don't think it's gonna be Abraham because he's not that big of a character yet. And plus, are people forgetting this, that Abraham just survived his comic book death? If you watched I think it was episode 14 or 15, you get to see not Deanna, what's her name? Denise. You get to see Denise get shot with a crossbow by Dwight, and you know that was Abraham's death in the comics. So Abraham survived his comic book death. So why would they switch up Abraham's death from the comics just to kill him off in the finale? Doesn't make any sense. If they pick Abraham, I'm gonna be mad. It's a terrible choice. It's not really impactful, and it's just stupid considering he just survived his comic book death. So stay tuned for a future video giving my thoughts when the season 7 premiere hits, giving my thoughts on who Negan kills and if I agree with it or whatever, stuff like that. So, you know, after touching on season 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to touch on seasons 1, 2, and 3. Season 1, great season. That's another good season. I like the stuff in season 1, the introduction of the series, the stuff with Rick and Morgan, the stuff with Rick meeting his family again. The stuff with the Vatos was really awesome. The stuff with Merle was great as well. And then you got the stuff with the CDC, I think. That's cool stuff as well, with the Jenner stuff. I like that as well. Season 2 was cool as well with Shane. I like the farm stuff. I like the conflict with Rick and Shane. Who's the better leader? Who's the bigger leader? The bigger leader. I like the conflict also with Shane and Dale. I also like the premise and idea of What are they going to do with Randall? They're going to do with this guy that Rick brought back to the camp. Are they going to kill Randall? Are they going to set him free? Shane wants to kill him, which I agree with his choice. Rick doesn't want to kill him. You know, it's just, I like the conflict in Season 2. That was one thing that really has given Season 2 a strong look compared to the other seasons, is it had a lot of conflict. The conflict is missing in the later seasons, and that kind of bothers me. It's like everybody just agrees with Rick now. Nobody really questions Rick's authority or anything like that, and it kind of bugs me because I like conflict. I like survivors disagreeing with the main character, Rick. I like people disagreeing with what he chooses. It creates conflict, and conflict is interesting. So it's a shame we don't really get any more conflict. That's another reason why I really like Shane, is because he added in a lot of conflict. So season 1 and 2 were great seasons. The farm stuff, the stuff with Randall and Shane, the death of Sophia, the stuff with Rick and Shane fighting each other, that was cool as well. Stuff in season 1. Season 3, Season 3 was a pretty good season. I haven't watched it in a while. My favorite stuff from Season 3 was, of course, the Governor stuff was cool. The Merle stuff was probably the best parts of Season 3. But another good thing I liked about Season 3, another thing I liked, was the introduction of, not the introduction, but the return of Morgan. That was pretty good as well. I liked the Morgan episode. I also liked the prisoners in Season 3. They were pretty cool. The prisoners they had in Season 3, that was really cool. I liked the prisoners in Season 3 they had. It was really enjoyable, the prisoners, you know, what they did. It was too short. I feel like the prisoners in Season 3 could have lived longer. But I like the conflict. I like when Rick fucking just takes that prisoner and fucking puts a machete right in his head. That shit's awesome as fuck. I like that a lot because that fucking prisoner was a dick. He threw a zombie on him and shit. So it was awesome seeing that prisoner get his head fucking cut in with a machete by Rick. So Season 3 was cool. Overall, my thoughts on The Walking Dead is I think it's a good show. I don't know how long I rambled on, but I just rambled the fuck on all over the place because it's just talking and giving my thoughts on The Walking Dead. I think it's a good show. I like the idea of a long-running series following a group of survivors through a zombie apocalypse and seeing if they'll survive or not, seeing characters die, seeing characters come in, getting attached to characters, seeing them get killed off, seeing walkers, zombies, seeing villains, seeing all types of awesome stuff. Overall, The Walking Dead is a great show, and I'm glad it's still around. And I'm looking forward to the Season 7 premiere, and I'm looking forward to Season 7. Looking forward to Negan's character because I can tell he's going to be a fucking beast.